Hey guys, so this is going to be me showing you what I am currently doing for my foundation routine. I've actually made a switch to using liquid foundation for once actually in my life. I did use liquid foundation a little bit in high school, but I stayed away from it for so long because I hated the way it looked on my skin. I hated just kind of the streakiness of it, and I never found one that was really light enough for me outside of it being like $60. I decided to just finally like just go and buy something. Like even if it didn't seem like it was going to match my face, I was like, just go buy something from the drugstore that's cheap and try it out and see how you like it. So I ended up buying this. This is NYX. It was like $6, so like literally dirt cheap. So this is NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Liquid Foundation. It's oil-free, water-based, full coverage, mineral-enriched, and matte finish. And I got this in Ivory, which is the lightest one that they have and the one that I thought might actually like match my skin. Now that I'm getting a little bit older, I'm not sure how well the camera's picking this up, I am getting just a little bit like more red just in general. So I find it's actually easier to use sort of a yellowier based foundation than before, because instead of it making me look orange, it actually cancels out and makes me look like one color. So yeah, so that is what I've been using. This is going to be kind of a review. Like it looks like it's going to be crazy on my face, but it's not, so I'm kind of amazed. So it's going to be a little bit of a review of this, and it's also a little bit of a review of this. Now this is like a mock beauty blender, so let's just take a second and talk about this. I've always been interested by beauty blenders, never saw the point of spending that much money on a sponge. My mom, when I was growing up, she always had like the makeup wedges and just, you know, the cheap makeup wedges, and she'd always wet them so that they doubled in size and would put her foundation on like you were using one of these now. And she did that for years, so I thought, you know, you can get like 100 pack of those things. You know, she'd use it one day and throw it out. You could get like 100 pack of those things for like $3, right? So why the hell am I spending like $25 on one sponge? Well, this one is from a brand named Quo. It's like Q-U-O. It's kind of like a Canadian drugstore brand. I think it's like a Shoppers brand, but anyway, so I picked this up. It was like $3. And I thought, you know what the hell, I'm gonna try it. I like the shape of it because it has, you know, this part for foundation and this part kind of like for under eye, around the nose, and concealer. I've used it a couple times, love it. Love it using it with this. So that's actually why I wanted to show you guys what I kind of do for my foundation routine now. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys, just kind of how I've been doing my foundation, because you guys have never seen me really do my foundation because I've always just used powder. And I have really dry skin, so powder on my skin is actually not that good. I squeeze like, I don't know, that much, however much you want really. And then I just take my finger and I do like the very stereotypical mom dab. I say that because anyone I ever mention that to knows that their mom used to do this when they were a kid. And you never knew what the hell she was doing, but you'd always walk in when she was doing her makeup and she looked like this. So that's why I call it the mum dab. Because I've seen people apply foundation like right onto a beauty blender. I don't like that because I find it just soaks up too much product. So if I have some product on my face, it's easier to have it sort of move around. So then I have the product on, and then just with the damp beauty blender, I use the big fat side. And for some reason, I like to start on my chin. And I basically start dabbing that in. And I like to focus a lot on my cheeks because that's where I find I'm most red. And like seriously, like how quick is this? And it looks fantastic. I'm kind of in love with this. Like, and I'm kick myself for not doing this sooner, because I know that I look powdery as fuck for many years. Sorry if I look really, really bright. I've tried my best to not make this room as like blindingly bright, but it still pretty much is. Okay, so then once I have that first layer on, the next thing that I do is I just take the side of the sponge, like I use one side to kind of do it, and I take the other side that's still damp, and I go over any areas that I think look like, not cakey, but like it might have a little bit more foundation on. So like I kind of just roll it over my forehead, and I find that picks up any excess product and really makes everything smooth. So like that took like no time, and it actually matches me fairly decently. So then what I do for under the eyes, I use the OCC concealer. This one is in like Y0, which is, hey, you're pale as shit. I just put it kind of under my eyes and I do this kind of dude thing. And then that is when I use the kind of weird pointy side and just kind of tap that in. I'm not smearing it around, I'm literally just tapping it in my skin. Okay, so then once that foundation is on, what I like to do is I like to set it a little bit. This is an optional thing. I actually really like the look of this. My skin looks like illuminated. You can tell the sun is from this side, so my skin looks nice and illuminated, and it honest to God looks like my skin. And then what I like to do is to just sort of set some areas, because I don't want to be shiny, I say shiny, but luminous everywhere. So I just take a big brush, and this is just MAC Studio Fix. This is what my normal powder foundation always was. And I just take a bit of that and I do like my nose and just kind of down around my chin, because that is where I get red. So it's not that I want more coverage, I just want it not to move. So yeah, so that is the final face. It looks really, really nice. It's still nice and luminous, yet still matte. I like that kind of look. Like, I like it to be shiny and luminous in the places that I want it to be. So kind of a quickie review of this. Love this foundation, actually. It matches my face and it's really good. It lasts and it has yet to break me out. Definitely try it out if you're looking for like a really dirt cheap foundation. And if you find that it's not working for you, definitely suggest it with like a beauty blender kind of thing, because it's I'll never go back to using a brush for foundation, I don't think, after I bought one of these, honest to God. I don't know how long they really say this is supposed to last for. It's lasted about 12 hours on my face, so that being said, I am really dry, so products tend to cling. Probably buy more of this at some point. I'm trying my best to sort of use different foundation, because I was so anti-liquid foundation for a really long time. Basically my reason for that was I used like a very, very orange colored liquid foundation in high school, and it was not cute. And I think some people made some comments about it that I'm like repressing now. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't like liquid foundation. But now that I know how to properly apply it, and I'm older and I know what actually works for my skin, I really do like this. So I mean, it was dirt cheap. It was $6 for God's sakes at my drugstore. So I mean, that's pretty amazing. I definitely want to keep trying different liquid foundations and keep reviewing them, because I'm so picky that I feel like my reviews are going to be solid. Also, if you're having issues with it with a brush, try it with one of these, because little mini review for these guys, I will not ever go back to using foundation with a brush if I have to, at least on myself. Maybe on clients I'll still use a brush, but like, this is freaking amazing, because I think honestly the secret behind these is that because it's porous, it mimics skin. So like, you can use a brush and you get like brush strokes and like brush marks. This mimics skin, so you can really, I don't know, it works, and I fucking love it. So these two, definitely my two new favorites. Check them out if you've never tried it. If you're looking to try liquid foundation, or if you did what I did and stayed away from it for years, just try it. Go get a dirt cheap one like I did, just to play around with, and I end up loving it. So I'll be wearing this until it runs out. So hopefully that wasn't too long and you guys enjoyed it, maybe learned something, I don't know. Yeah, so until my next video, I'll talk to all you soon. Bye.